The call to end the cage age of animal farming is clear. It comes not just from Parliament and politicians, but from the public. And nowhere more so than in my constituency, more people have signed the petition to end the use of cages and crates for farmed animals in South Devon than in any other constituency in the country. And that is a powerful message from a rural farming community demanding a future built on compassion, not cruelty. And I'd like to thank the 513 people from South Devon who signed this petition. I urge this government to keep its promise and finally take action to end the cage age of animal farming, not through vague pledges or delayed consultations, but with a clear strategy delivered within this Parliament. Farrowing crates and other cruel confinement practices belong to the past. They cause immense suffering, denying animals basic freedoms and dignity. In 2025, this is simply unacceptable. And I would add to that the thousands of birds who are kept in cages for so-called sport. The Liberal Democrats have a long-standing record of standing up for animals. We have consistently supported stronger penalties for animal cruelty, higher welfare standards in farming, and while in government, put in place a ban on battery cages for laying hens. And I'd like to now see this extended to all cages, but as others have so rightly said, it must be done carefully and in consultation with farmers and producers. For too long now, we have been pushing the government to launch a consultation into the use of farrowing crates for pigs and to end the use of cages for farm animals. Our farmers are key to delivering that future. We know they care deeply about animal welfare, and they've been badly let down, betrayed by trade deals that undercut our high welfare standards, failed by poorly designed and delayed subsidy schemes, and denied the workforce and funding they need to thrive. In order to make these changes to caged animal farming, we must offer farmers the support they need to transition. So let's talk about that support, because the numbers are frankly outrageous. The government is spending £67.5 billion on defence, over 5% of total public spending, while the entire DEFRA budget languishes at just £7.4 billion, barely 0.6%. And when you look more closely, farming itself receives just £2.4 billion, which is a meagre 0.2% of the national budget. To put that into perspective, all of DEFRA's spending, not just farming, but the environment, food and rural affairs, adds up to just 11% of what we spend on defence. Mr. Chair, food security is part of our national security, but how can we claim to prioritise food security, rural livelihoods or animal welfare with numbers like that? Farming does take the largest share of DEFRA's budget, but that's nearly 1/3 of a shockingly small pie. Meanwhile, the programmes meant to support the future of farming, to improve animal welfare and to restore our natural environment, the Sustainable Farming Incentive, Countryside Stewardship and Landscape Recovery, have been hit with a £100 million cut. Cuts in the middle of a climate crisis. Cuts while farmers struggle to meet higher standards that we're demanding with fewer resources. Cuts when public demand for ethical farming has never been stronger. The Liberal Democrats stand with our farmers and our animals. We're calling for an extra £1 billion in the farming budget to support higher welfare standards, proper training and workforce investment. And we will keep fighting to ensure no food can be imported or sold in the UK if it's produced in a way that would be illegal here.
Would you try and give way on that point?
I will give way.
I thank my honourable friend for giving way and congratulate her on an excellent speech. Would she agree with me that lots of British farmers, like many in my North Cornwall constituency, are trying to move away from confined systems like crates, but until the government insists on applying UK animal welfare standards to imported food, our farmers will be undercut by cheaper, lower welfare imports?
I thank my honourable friend for his contribution. And I think it's absolutely key that if we're going to demand higher and higher standards here, we absolutely must apply the same standards to food that we're importing. So I say to the Minister, if you truly believe that food security is national security, then that needs to be backed up with real investment, not empty slogans or spreadsheet cuts, but real support for our farmers. Listen to communities like South Devon who are demanding that we act. We banned battery cages in 2012, and now it's time to finish the job. Let this Parliament be the one that truly ends the cage age.
Cager.